Have you ever felt like it was too late for you to start a new career, but you really want to? I used to feel the same way, and I was wrong. Hello, I'm Viviana. Welcome to my channel, where I share my journey as an actress, the bookings, the challenges, the lessons, and everything in between. So when I decided to pursue acting, I had all these thoughts coming to my mind, such as, I'm too old, I don't know where to start, I don't know how to act, there's people better than me, blah, blah, blah. All these thoughts that were stopping me from doing what I really wanted to do. Does any of those sound familiar to you? You know, I was afraid that I wasn't gonna know what to do, that I wasn't gonna have any money. I was like, I don't have money, I don't have time. All the reasons why me pursuing acting would be a bad idea. One day, I got really tired of those thoughts, because those thoughts were stopping me from moving forward. Because thoughts are very powerful, and that's what they can do, as you probably already know that. So one day, I decided to talk to somebody. I decided to talk to a life coach and to a friend of mine who's an actress, who has been acting since she was a child. So first, when I talked to my mentor, she brought this perspective that I will never forget. What she told me was, at that time, I was almost ready to turn 30 years old. So for me, I was like, well, I'm done, I'm 30 years old, because society has done this thing where it has told us, I don't know how, that once you turn 30, you're done with your life, which is absolutely insane to me. But I believed it. And I was letting that stop me from doing what I wanted to do. So I decided to talk to my life coach. And what she brought up to me, this is what she said. She said, well, you're almost 30 years old. So if God wills, you're gonna live about a good 40 more years. And during that time, you can do whatever you want. To this day, that resonates in my mind. And I was like, she's right. I can do whatever I want. Like, why am I not doing what I want? And that was one of the things that kind of like changed my perspective. And I was like, yeah, I'll be 30, but I can still do stuff. Which is, it's crazy how I came to that realization. And then I saw this saying, and I don't know who the author is, but I read it somewhere online, I believe, or on social media, where it says something along the lines of, you will never, no, it doesn't say you will never. It says something along the lines of, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I'm gonna say that one more time. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. That also resonated with me big time. I was like, yeah, I don't know what to do or what I'm doing right now, but if I never start, then I'm never gonna be great. I'm never gonna be good. So those two things were major for me in deciding to actually move forward. And then I also spoke with a friend of mine, the friend that I mentioned earlier, who has been an actress since she was a child. And by the way, she has a YouTube channel as well. It's called Actor Chatter. Go check her out. She has very helpful advice because she's been in the industry a lot longer than me. So my actress friend brought to my attention a different perspective. And there were two different things she said to me that I still remember. She said that the two benefits of being an actress at an older age were self-awareness, and that as an older person you also can bring more depth to a scene because you have lived longer. I never thought about that, but it makes sense. And then self-awareness, because now as an adult when you're a teenager, you usually want to fit in, right? You want to be liked, you want to be accepted. When you grow up, you learn and you mature, you kind of grow out of that. So you don't get lost in the industry, because it's very easy to get lost in the industry when we don't have an identity, we don't know who we are, and we're kind of desperate to fit in. So self-awareness and being able to bring depth to a scene, those were the two things she told me, which was very, very helpful to see. So a combination of what I read, the quote that I shared earlier, the combination of what my mentor brought into perspective to me, and my friend, my actress friend, all of that kind of pushed me to move forward. I felt something inside that I was like, I can do this. I'm going to do this. I don't know what I'm doing now, but I will learn it. And at that time, I was working at an office I used to do case management in a mental health facility, which was great because I went to school for that. I got a degree, and I've always liked helping people. At the same time, I really had to ask myself, I was like, is this something you want to do for the rest of your life? Or was this a season of your life? And when I kept asking myself those questions, I was like, I think this was a season of my life. So I ended up leaving that job. Because the training that I was enrolled in for acting, that I will talk to you about in a little bit, required a lot of time and a lot of hours during the day. So I wasn't gonna be able to commit to both. And at that time, I decided that I was gonna train for acting, and in a very serious way. So I found this school, and at that time it was called the Acting Corps. They have a different name now. And the school offered the classes in the morning and at night for the same price. So if you wanted to go in the morning, you could go at night as well for more training, which was amazing. So for me, I ended up taking advantage of that. And I remember the classes used to start at 9 and they would end at 12, 9 in the morning to noon. And then I would go back. I believe the other ones started at 5 and they would run to 9 o'clock, or sometimes it would run all the way to 10 p.m. So I did that for a year, on and off for a whole year. I would go 2 months straight and then take a break, then go 3 months straight and take a break. And so I did a lot of training. Then I also enrolled in a commercial to book commercials. I also did training in a different studio. And then I started feeling more confident. I started knowing how to audition. So I started going to auditions, and a lot of the times I wouldn't book anything. And then sometimes I would book student films, short films. And then one day I auditioned for a commercial and I booked a commercial. It was my very first one. It was for a retail store. And I was like, oh, okay. This is interesting. Like, that was the very first time I was picked and I booked something, and it was paid. Because all the other work I was doing, I wasn't getting paid. You know how in a lot of professions you kind of have to do internships and work for free to get experience. It was something like that. So I was doing a lot of work for free. I did theater. Like I talked on my first video about that, I did theater for free. I did student films for free. And then I booked a commercial where I got paid. First time. Super exciting. And I'm still in the journey. I haven't booked a major role just yet. However, I have booked other more major commercials. If you want to go check out my videos where I talked about where I booked another commercial for another retail store. And right now where am I right now? Right now, I have a commercial agent. You can also, if you would like to watch that video, how I got my agent. And I also have a theatrical manager. And all of this is your representation, which opens more doors for you to be able to audition for bigger roles. That's one of the benefits of having representation. And I learned to get the representation, to get a commercial agent and a theatrical manager by a program that I joined. It is called the Winner's Circle, that is run by Wendy Elaine. If you haven't heard of her, she used to be a talent manager in Los Angeles, a very well-known talent manager. And now she dedicates her life guiding actors all over the world in the business of acting. So I learned a lot from her, how to become more marketable, how to do headshots the proper way, how to do auditions the proper way. So if you're curious about where I started my journey, or you're interested in maybe joining her program, I have her link on my bio, on my description. So I still haven't booked my ideal role, but I'm working towards that. Currently, I am still training, mostly with casting directors now. I still audition, and that's where I am at the moment. And if you would like to follow my journey in the acting world, you're welcome to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.